What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. So this is not the usual video for me, but it's one that I feel like I had to make. And I actually made one similar to this before, and I kind of vowed at that time, at least to myself, that I'd never have to go down this road again because I'm not in the business of reviewing other people's supplements. However, when one of my subscribers asks me to review something that turns out to be so egregiously bad that it pisses me off that bad, I feel like I have to stand up and say something. And in this case, I really have to discuss this. And I don't care if these people wind up being exposed or whatever. That's not my duty to protect them, because this is all basically my opinion about what I think is going drastically wrong here. So as I said, one of my followers on Instagram, I actually check my Instagram, so if you're not following me over there, you should. It's at ATHLEAN-X. And we post a lot of unique stuff over there. But he direct messaged me with this product here, which is called, get ready for it, D-Ball, D-B-A-L, okay? But they're claiming this to be a Diana-Ball alternative. Okay, so scumbag move number one, okay? But meanwhile, a nice price tag is $79.95, and you get a month serving of this. What's comical is when I start to review this, all I want to do is I just want to go through the label with you guys, because it's going to be so comical, but at the same time, so shocking, and so this should really make you sick to your stomach, that you can see the reason why I felt like I had to make this video. If there's one thing that I think is criminal when it comes to supplements in the supplement industry, it's knowingly putting dangerous supplements out on the market and hoping to only find out after it's too late, meaning you've already made enough money on this that you're long gone and you don't really care what's going on with the health and well-being of the people that actually believed in your stuff. The second thing is just a little bit lower than that, one little notch lower than that, is putting out stuff that you know does absolutely nothing. And whoever made this supplement, unless they're a complete idiot, knows that this does absolutely nothing. And they charge $80 for it. So let me take a look at this. So when we look at the label itself, we start off, we see this, it's a 3-capsule serving for 30 servings in a bottle. So you have a 1-month supply. But this is literally where it becomes a joke. So there's 12 calories per capsule, which gets you thinking, what are they putting in capsules that absolutely have calories associated with them? And you scroll down here, there's really nothing of substance until you get down. There's 2 grams of protein. Okay, so here are your active ingredients. It starts off with whey protein concentrate, 450 milligrams. Now, you understand that 450 milligrams is only 0.45 grams, so you're talking about less than a half of a gram of protein. Not to mention whey protein concentrate, which isn't as high a quality as, let's say, an isolate protein or a hydroxylate protein. So, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You could have the highest quality protein in the world. Less than a half a gram is doing absolutely nothing. Then it has branched chain amino acids in here, isoleucine, valine, and leucine. The interesting thing here is the least quantity of all those 3 comes in the form of leucine at 75 milligrams. We know from research that if you want to have an effective dose of leucine, you need to have at least 4 to 5 grams of leucine alone, whether that be in a single dose or a split dose pre and post workout. The fact of the matter is 75 milligrams, once again, is literally nothing. You can probably walk by a gym, inhale, and have more anabolic benefits than taking this product, okay? That's the problem. Number 2, there's 300 milligrams of valine and 300 milligrams of isoleucine. Again, research shows that the ratio that you want to take is in favor of leucine to those 2. You should be taking in at least a 2 to 1 to 1 ratio, with leucine being in the highest content, with the others following after that. But again, it doesn't matter because all these amounts are so sub-effective in terms of how much they're putting in here that it actually becomes a joke. And finally, this must be like their big ingredient is tribulus terrestris, at 75 milligrams. Not only has this never been shown in studies to be effective in terms of boosting testosterone, it might have some libido enhancing effects, but not in these dosages here. And what's even more bothersome again to me, as someone who actually is involved in supplementation, they don't even tell you what part of this they're actually using, right? They don't even tell you whether they're using a stem or they're using the flower. What are they doing here? The fruit? What are they using to get their trib? Because it makes a dramatic difference in the overall impact of this. So overall, when you look at this entire supplement formula, there is absolutely nothing. What boils my blood again is that people think, well, look, there's no proprietary blends here. Everything is listed out. So that means they're not hiding anything. These guys should be hiding something. They should be hiding their entire company so far that nobody could ever find it, because I'm going to show you again what's even more disturbing about this is when you look at the rest of their product lineup here, the names, okay? D-bol we've already covered, beauty. Trenorol, Clenbuterol, Amvarol, Testomax, and HGH-X2. Again, what's bothersome to me is not just these names, because that's some pretty bad names. As a matter of fact, I would probably love to rename this company. What's up, Lucky? What's up, buddy? Hey, you want to, what's that? You got a name for him? Oh, the D-bags? The D-bags, okay. Lucky says he wants to name them the D-bags. Guys, what's even more bothersome to me is that I actually feel when I get messages from my followers, guys that watch our stuff, and I feel no better. They're educated. Right? We put the science back in strength. They're educated and they're still falling for this stuff. I feel like I've failed. I feel like that I haven't done a good enough job of educating everybody about how this stuff has no place in this industry. And I've already talked about before many times when it comes to supplementation, there's a small segment of people I think that qualify for supplements and that should be taking supplements. And those are the guys that are already dialed in and serious. But unless you're at that top level already where your nutrition is locked in and your training is locked in, then I don't really feel that you need to run for supplements. But unfortunately, people still do that. And in the case of this young guy that wrote to me, that's what he was doing. He was looking for the savior, the answer, and he fell for the shit here. So guys, this stuff does fire me up, and it's very irresponsible. Like I said, there's two horrible people when it comes to the supplement industry. It's the people that knowingly put dangerous supplements out on the market, and also those guys, scumbags like this, that actually put crap in their supplements, literally nothing at all, nothing in here, probably baking powder, nothing at all, and then claim for it to be something effective. And you go waste your hard-earned money thinking it's actually going to do something for you, only to be wasting time that you could have been putting towards something actually effective, maybe like a workout here and there. So guys, I hope, again, I don't want to get in the habit of doing this. It really bothers me that I even had to cover this, but for the second time, I'm not going to let this get away. But I don't want to make a habit of reviewing other people's supplements. The only thing I can do is work on putting the best supplements that we can out there, and that's what we're committed to do. But I cannot vouch for anybody else's supplements, and I'm not even going to try to do that because I think, unfortunately, you can wind up getting burned pretty badly by doing that. All right, guys, I hope you found the video at least enlightening. Don't fall for it. It's not just all about proprietary blends and being open label, guys. It goes well beyond that, and I think this is another perfect example of that. And this is just a whole new level of douchedom here. So let's make sure that we focus on what matters. What matters here is bring you guys the best videos I can. I'm going to continue to do that. If you're looking for workout programs that you can follow to help you get consistent and build progressive training and results, those are all over at ATHLEAN-X.com. In the meantime, I'll be back here, guys, in just a couple days. See ya.